So we've done all the matches except one. Title versus career for the AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. Last week, Swerve beat the holy living shit out of Will Yuta, knocked him out for the finish.
Rich, did you hear Alvarez talk about this match?
I did not.
He wondered out loud why this match had Will Yuta get anything in it.
Because Will Yuta is not a job guy. That's like
exactly, Rich. He said this should have been a slaughter.
Like,
and then Vinny,
Swerve's not 7 foot tall, like
right.
380 pounds. Like, no.
Rich, it was funny because Alvarez says this should have been a slaughter, and then Vinny goes, "It was a slaughter." What the fuck are you talking about?
He literally put this man's arms.
He put him in full mount and then punched him
to death.
Sleep. He beat that nigga to sleep. It had to be TKO'd. Ref stoppage. That is a slaughter. What are you talking about? Because he got the seat belt near fall in. That was his last gas. He got beat to sleep after that. It's over. That was a slaughter.
I mean,
I couldn't believe he said that shit. And then making fun of it was like, Vinny was like, it was a slaughter. And he read through his notes like, this was a slaughter. What are you talking about, Brian?
What the fuck, Brian? Oh shit.
He shouldn't have sold nothing. He's like when Vinny was going through his notes, he's like, Yuta starts punching him, and then Swerve starts laughing like a murder movie villain. I started dying laughing. Like, bro, what are you talking about, Brian? What are you talking about? He literally started no-selling this man's attacks. Like he was a geek.
Yeah. So Bryan Danielson sitting front row because he bought his ticket, I guess. He could have just managed the man at ringside, but he didn't.
He didn't want to get any blood on his denim.
He didn't want to work that night. He wanted to just be a fan. So
God damn it.
You can't say the word fan no more without
you cannot.
It sounded
you
funny.
Cannot. He just wanted to be a freaky ass nigga. What? What?
So this all breaks down kind of to where Swerve like just snaps, beat the shit out of this man. Danielson eventually tries to come save him, but Swerve jumps out the ring. Swerve's like, man, fuck all the pleasantries. I'm going to fucking cripple you. I'm going to end your career, all this or whatever. Kind of leaning all the way on the other side on this. And Danielson just staring at him kind of. Gets caught lacking. Swerve like slinks down, gives him a house call. Him meaning Danielson, kicks the shit out of him. And then he hits a yes chant in the ring. Very slowly.
Yes. The match ended when Yuta caught 3 consecutive unanswered house calls, which led to Swerve then mounting him and then punching him in the jaw repeatedly until the ref stopped the match. Sounds like a slaughter to me, but yeah. I thought Swerve was. I thought this was the most kayfabe wise, most dominant Swerve has looked in AEW as a champion. He looked like he's unstoppable. He looked ruthless. Heel, yeah, sure. Don't care. He looked fucking awesome. And like once again, you know, at the end of that night, I was like, once again, Swerve has saved his build for Wembley. Once again, like last week, I was like, oh man. Sarah asked us like, what the hell is going on? I was like, look, man, Swerve can't fix this because Brian's the one that fucked it up. Swerve trying to fix these mistakes that Brian's making, and he's doing a damn good job. The problem is you got to have some killer promo from Daniels on the way out on the go home. That's the last thing. Otherwise, be like, why did he even bother getting into this at all? Other than the fact that it's going to be an awesome match. The only thing we got is an awesome match. And Swerve is operating at all-time level right now.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal in this entire build.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. And I know that hurts y'all hearts to hear this. I would not like.
Danielson is my favorite pro
End your
wrestler of
career.
the 12 years you've been covering this been covering pro wrestling and doing this podcast. I would retire him. If I had to book if this was the bill and the way it's laid out, I am moving on with Swerve as my champion.
Like this guy has he has grown into a butterfly with this title or whatever. There were questions like, did they give him the belt too early? They do all this other stuff. And month after month, this guy has proven and slowly won over so many people, I think, that are just like looking at him like, this is our guy right now.
And he's a heel doing this right now.
This guy is like, it's interesting, man, because it's like, if you lay it all down on paper and be like, what are the pros and cons of leaving because I fully see the argument of, hey, if you get it off him now, right, you still leave meat on the bone. You still leave.
Yeah. You have people desperately want to see him get a second title reign, which, I mean, regardless, unless something terrible happens, people want to see another title reign for him anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But, like, you leave something on the table, you make him hungry for it, and then he can win it either way, as a face, a heel, whatever the fuck. I get it, but I think this guy's too good right now. We're talking about somebody that's going to be near the top of PWI this year or whatever. We're talking about somebody that's a Wrestler of the Year candidate out here. This guy, like, if this is it, what a hell of a fucking title reign here. And only 4 months, it looks like. And it's like, it didn't have to go years and years to get somebody over. It didn't have to go,
right.
There didn't have to be bullshit opponents along the way to artificially stretch this thing. Pause. This has been like a lot of stuff just packed in this short time period where it's like, yeah, they could keep it going, but I understand. I would not feel robbed either way. If this is the end of the line for him. I think Danielson's been uninspiring, and he's been pretty much a zero going into this thing. He did one of those post show promos last week.
I saw it. It was very good.
Yeah, it was great.
But it's the same thing with AEW when these promos. Put them fucking things on TV.
Right. It's like, how about we try doing this on national television in front of the crowd? Or
because they just did it with Hangman. They just did it with Hangman. And then and now they just doing it with Danielson right now.
So I'm like, got the promo of your life in you next week? Oh, you do, you don't. I don't know. Does it matter to you at all? Like, because I just read all your post interview or your promo interviews. They're sending you out to these places where you sound like you don't give a fuck. You're taking more questions about, do you regret leaving WWE? Like, rather than like selling your fucking match, send Swerve on the promo interviews. I know he knows how to promote some shit. Like.
I mean, that's not part of the TV show, so I can't. I don't.
It's just like, yo,
it would only help. It would only help.
What's going to make the match bigger? Like giving these non-kayfabe interviews, whether they are.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I didn't see these things in so it doesn't really affect how I view it because like it's not part of the TV show anyway to me. But I see how like you'd be like, yeah, since you're not doing your job on screen, maybe you could do it off screen too. Or maybe you could do it off screen since you're not doing your job effectively on screen. Yeah, I see what you're saying. He's not doing it well on from either perspective. Yeah.
And not to mention, he's not under contract. Have we asked this?
According to him.
Yeah, according to him, he's not under contract.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is a leg being pulled? Who knows?
This is what I'll say.
Like, why would you strap up somebody that's not under contract? I know it's. Yeah. I know Jon Moxley is this. Before y'all, pause the thing and yell. Yes, Jon Moxley was the champion without a contract.
Yeah, that's cool. You're talking about let's talk about Jon Moxley and it working out. What about the other times in the 100+ year history of professional wrestling where it didn't work out? You're talking about the exceptions, not the rule.
I just want to know why no one's even asking this. Like,
look, I would say this, right? They wouldn't have for 1 second put MJF in that position. Like they trust Danielson in a way that like other wrestlers, they'd be like, we not for a second we have ever thought of no shit like this. MJF would have won that belt and took that and would have immediately been like, all right,
front row at SummerSlam or some shit.
Look, walk out the back and get on the phone and talk to Triple H in front of Tony Khan, nigga. Hey, Paul, how you doing? It's me, MJF. Oh, hold on a second, Tony. Yeah. So yeah, man. Do you see pay-per-view? I'm their champion. I'm not under contract. These fucking idiots. Yeah. Totally different situation. Totally different level of trust. I get it. However, whether that's
look,
whether
while we talking about Mox,
whether it's real or not should have never been said. Should never been said. It hurts the match.
Yeah. It's like, then again, I don't know if it does hurt the match because nobody's talking about that. Nobody's thinking of this.
Rich, if I did an interview, a retirement match versus top title match, and I tell you that one of the people just said anywhere that they're not under contract, what's your immediate thought? They're not fucking winning.
You would think. Like,
that hurts the match.
Like, this is like a bunch of reverse psychology that I think ultimately is not going to draw. Or it has the potential to not help draw.
Right. So that's why you don't say it. I don't know, man. Whatever.
We can't tell Bryan Danielson anything what to do about pro wrestling. Apparently,
he knows more pro wrestling than either one's put together. Right. Whatever. Bell rings is going to be an all-time classic match, no doubt in my mind. Yeah, I'm just saying this.
Bro, I am sure we're going to see like one of the greatest matches of all time.
I'm not going to go that far, but I'm sure it's going to be a great fucking match. It's going to be that's going to make you be like, yeah, this Bill was some bullshit, but that match is fire though. That's going to happen. And the thing is, like, it's kind of frustrating because it's like, I know how talented you are, and I know you're so talented you're going to overcome this, but you shouldn't have to overcome this.
Yeah.
Why do you make this harder for yourself in the ring? Whatever.
I hope they at the last minute, Danielson's gonna get his final countdown and everything. I think it's a perfect time for them to.
So that's a great title for this fucking match. An absolutely incredible title for this match. And you're gonna come out the final countdown. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I think this is the time for Tony Khan to open up the wallet and get Ain't Nobody for Swerve. I think this is it. And then
it can't be as expensive as countdown.
This is the time. License
that is not counted. Is not as expensive as the Euro. Can't be.
Look, either one, fly Shaka Khan in and make her perform before he comes out, and then drop in the Swerve song, or play that shit where he became a star in the UK and all that stuff. You play that, and then he drops into his song, and that's his entrance. Like, I think it's time for. I don't think anybody's thinking about this, but I would. And I don't know if. Look, I'm just.
How many of the AEW fans know that connection to that song like that, though?
I think immediately people would know because it is the only thing people were asking for when he first joined the promotion.
Okay.
I don't know if this has actually even been brought up.
Brewhaven with the underestimation of the sensory. He said, he's like, said there ain't nobody's catchy song. Oh, you think? Like, the song's playing in my head as we're talking right now. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it's very catchy.
I feel like I should send a text message to at least throw up the lob of this happening if it's not already in motion. I don't know anything. I'm watching this just like a fan. So
how do we
pause.
I watch this just like a freaky ass nigga. Kendrick Lamar has ruined the language.
Clip that.
Oh man. So what was I about to say? Hey, yo, Brewhaven's outrageous.
Whoa.
Oh man. What was I even saying, man?
We were talking about Ain't Nobody.
Uh. Oh yeah, I was gonna say like, how does Nana dance to that shit on the way to the ring?
He'll figure something out. He will figure something out.
Uh.
But yeah, this is gonna be great. I think Danielson's winning. Just because I know he's not retiring. So
I don't know what's going on, man.
then again, yeah, you're right. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe he gets a Wembley
He ain't
Stadium.
on the contract, so why the fuck? Like, what?
Look,
What?
maybe he gets a Wembley Stadium. Tony Khan's like, hey, this guy's not under contract, and then Danielson goes, yeah, man, I think I'm gonna lose.
Right, I'm out.
That could easily happen. He's beat the fuck up. Who knows?
Right.
If that were the case, I'd take it.
Because that's what it's been, like you talk about. You've been talking about for the last few weeks about like these interviews he's been doing, all like that aren't part of the show. About like he sounds like he wants to be done, but Tony Khan keep telling him, I need you, and Tony Khan would be like, yeah, he ain't got the heart to be like singing, be like, no, I'm done once we get to the show. So Tony could be like, yeah, man. So we gonna what's to play? Like we gonna put you over. We gonna have you go to, do this in third. Like I got another plan. How about I lay down for Swerve and then you
1, 2, 3.
And I go home to my family.
How about I take 6 house calls in the middle of the ring and he end my career? Yeah. If it was me, I'm putting Swerve over and retiring Danielson and holla.
Because you can't convince me after all the stuff I've seen Danielson do over the last like 5 years, that man will love no more than put over Swerve. You can't tell me he will love no more than put over Swerve in this moment right now. You couldn't tell me. Ain't no way. That man begging and itching and pleading and probably been saying for months to Tony Khan, yeah, man, I want to, I think Swerve the guy. I think I want to get in there and you will make you champion in a retirement match. Oh yeah, sure. All right. Fuck around and double cross Tony Khan and lay down. A reverse double cross. This man gonna lay down and not kick out at 3 or kick out before 3. Oh, what is that?
Oh, Brewhaven said Danielson should do the fake seizure only for Swerve to hit him with a house call. Yes.
Oh man,
I love it. Stop that bullshit.
Hey, that'd be great for the story of like the 2 top men's matches, because like Danielson was out here doing all that, was out here, really hurt or whatever else, and it's really affected Ospreay. And then he had that match with Ospreay. Ospreay had that match with Swerve, and Swerve told him, man, you have no killer instinct. And then you go out and show, like, I'll beat you and I beat him. I don't care about none of that season. I'll stop the season.
1, 2, 3. We'll give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you got to deal with that. You got to deal with someone dangerous to beat Swerve.
Yeah. That's your preview for AEW All In.